They're the 15 connection questions. Huh?
All right.
Yeah?
Let's keep it
You ready?
rolling. Yeah.
All right. If you could change your name, what would you change it to and why? I already know this.
Oh, jeez. Well, I don't know what I would change it to. What do you think?
Chris.
Chris? Oh,
It's just
no.
what you always use.
Yeah, that's what I use at restaurants because no one can spell my real name, which is Camden Warren. At least they don't spell it correctly or they don't hear it right. Or they're like, is that with a C or a K or a CH? And even then, it's like, is that an E at the end or an I or an O? Like Camden,
Mm-hmm.
Camden. I've had all sorts of crazy stuff. So Chris is my father's name.
Oh, okay.
That's what I input at like restaurants. Like if I'm waiting for an order or something like that. If people don't need to know my real name, then
Don't let them know.
it's easier. It's more convenient.
Yeah.
And I'll put Chris. However, there was this one time I went to the Dairy Queen, very close to where Alli and I work,
Mm-hmm.
and I put my name as Chris, and the guy actually spelled it Krise.
Are you sure that wasn't... No, that wasn't at Wendy's.
It was Wendy's.
It was Wendy's? You just
Yeah.
said Dairy King.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't an E. Sorry, it was a T.
Okay.
Spelled it like Christ, but with a K.
Yeah. I was there when that happened. You were ticked. Sort of.
Yeah, dude, that was hilarious. Like,
For a moment, you wondered if you were standing in Starbucks.
Chris, he asked, yeah, I told him Chris. He asked what was the spelling, and I just said, "Oh, it's no weird spelling. It's just Chris."
Mm-hmm.
Like Christ with a K. Anyways, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Not sorry. Please take a spelling test sometime and send me the results. I really look forward to seeing them. But
All right.
no, that's okay. That's not really funny, but still, it was funny in the moment.
I guarantee you, he used to work at Starbucks.
He did.
Oh
yeah. Probably that stereotype. Wow,
Oh, yeah.
Alli, I didn't know you were the stereotype.
I mean, you know what? Every good writer's got to have a base to go off of. Stereotypes
Okay,
just
yeah,
happen to have that base.
Gotta have a few static roles there.
Yeah. What part of your personality do you want people to recognize the most?
What's the word? Dependability.
Okay.
If you ever need me for anything, then like I'll always be there, whether it's to listen or to defend you, or if you want to listen, I'd be willing to just talk my mouth off to hours if it calms you down, stuff like that. Like I'm willing.
You like being a therapist, sort of.
Yeah. I definitely think that's something that, I mean, this might not have been the point of the question, but other people notice it, and I think that it's a good trait about me. I've been told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always good to be able to listen and be empathetic.
Yes.
Now I think you're a feeler. This isn't good. I need you to take that test.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're balanced. You're balanced.
Yeah.
What would your perfect day look like?
Oof. Perfect day, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect day with someone, or just by myself, or just
whichever.
Oh,
I mean, it's your
okay.
perfect day. So if it's like being by yourself is the perfect day, then that's your perfect day. If being with a group of friends is your perfect day, like.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect day. Okay. This would probably be in the future.
Okay.
My perfect day would be set maybe 6 or 7 years from now.
Okay.
Right? Maybe. I don't know. I'm 16 and a half, so it would be set for a while from now. For purposes you'll realize. My perfect day would probably have me waking up next to my wife. We might not have had kids yet, but it's down the line, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So wake up next to my wife. One of us is able to make a good breakfast. Sometime we're just able to sit, watch news, and drink coffee, and just talk about stuff. And then later on in the day, I would want to teach my parkour class. Uh, maybe not work out, but just being able to teach my class or a class for parkour, especially if it's not parkour. If I'm just teaching, then that's cool. But teaching parkour is a really, really fun thing I like to do. I see it more as a hobby than a job, even though many other people in my field who teach gymnastics see it as a job. I know, but I don't need to pay for it. That's something I love. I love kids and doing that, so I would definitely have that on my birthday. Having a good lunch with like all of my friends would probably come next. Maybe after that maybe bring my wife or girlfriend or person I'm in a relationship and like go with my friends just on a run through the town, go to bars, arcade, maybe. Sightseeing would be interesting, just walking around, having a good old time.
Nice.
Good old time.
A good old time.
Making
Making memories.
Socialize with people, and then also have someone to go home to at the end of the day.
Okay.
So, other than that, I mean, not really. Just being able to wake up next to someone I love and be able to teach parkour. And to be able to
you're
learn
romantic, Camden.
Look, I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man.
Simple man? Yeah. I definitely, when you said it was more of a hobby for you to teach, like I was like, finally, someone else understands. Because for like the past little while, I keep telling Eric he doesn't have to pay me.
Oh, he wants you to work there. He needs you to, because he needs you in the front desk, right?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Alli recently got like
promoted. I don't know if it's a promotion. It's more of like a punishment. I don't know what I did.
It's a promotion.
I'm kidding.
She's getting promoted to like a position in which she handles everything at the front desk. So she handles a lot of the financial stuff, and where we work is a gymnastics slash gym. Gymnastics gym and like a
Acrobatics Academy. I've talked to Catherine about this like for like an hour.
Shameless plug.
Oh yeah.
Academy. Open gym. Enroll in my parkour classes.
Oh yeah. Talking about Camden's teaching style and everything, so you get to meet the coach.
It'll be a few hours, but we'll get there.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be here till about 3 a.m. people. We're good. The conversation's gonna get more and more honest throughout the night.
Yeah.
Completely. Alright, this is an easy one. Fancy clothes or jeans and a t-shirt?
Can you repeat the question? You cut out.
Fancy clothes or jeans and a t-shirt? Either or.
If I can get away with it, I would love fancy clothes. If I can get away with it. I would absolutely adore like an event or something that requires fancy clothes, because I've been told that I look good in a suit, and I think I probably do too. And it's just something I enjoy, like being able to dress up. I got
suit
my
and fedora.
Like I got tuxedos.
Yeah.
I'm not a fedora kind of guy.
No.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
If I have any hat to like characterize me, it'd probably be like a wide hat, like the wide brim hat.
Okay, I'm picturing it in my head. I can't think of the name for it.
Yeah. But
nice. On a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself?
Oh, man. Well, I'm always changing, and I always see two sides to every argument I make. So I think I can determine a lot about myself pretty easily. I don't know everything about myself. There are people, my closest friend circle, like you are what I consider a really close friend, and there's some people. I don't know this about you personally, but there are other people who I know for a fact. Probably like maybe 2 or 3 people I know for a fact know me better than I know. Probably.
I think I'd have to overanalyze you for a little bit.
They know them. Just because we have such close interactions.
Okay. I think it's good to have people who can, Because I think everybody's got a self-bias. Like, they always kind of think that they want to know how they are instead of what they really are. And I think be very close confidants to have until you're like, hey, that's not how you are. You need to change this part, or this part's good of you. Keep that. Don't question it. Like, just having that kind of safe place of where people know you and you're not being judged.
I don't have many friends that just tell me to change all of a sudden or keep this. Like, those people generally, those of which I've encountered are kind of toxic sometimes. Not all of them. Like, if it's respectful and it's coming from a place that's meant to help, then yeah, obviously. We covered this earlier.
Yes.
Then, like, I enjoy hearing that. I think it's really good.
Sometimes I forget that when people hear that, it can be, like, taken in a, like, commanding way. I guess I'm always thinking, like, I don't know, my personal best friend is my mom. So she's always telling me, I guess kind of guiding me. You have people who guide you instead of just let you run willy-nilly and be, and kind of run yourself into a wall, I guess. I guess that's what I'm saying. Does that make sense? Probably not.
But yeah, no. To answer the question, I'd say I know myself maybe 7 out of 10.
Okay. Still got a little bit of figuring out to do.
A little bit of leeway.
Okay.
I know myself more than halfway.
That's good. It's always good to be on the. What do you want to be known for?
Oh gosh.
Hey, Pixie, hard questions.
Yeah. What do I want to be known for? Probably a few things. Someone who thinks outside the box.
Okay.
Someone who thinks a lot, and someone who thinks, who is able to think many different ways about many different things.
Okay.
Those three.
So you want to be seen as somebody who's intellectual,
creative,
and a man of many perspectives.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Able to question anything.
Nice. Do you focus more on the past, present, or future? Now, you said you focus a lot on the present, but do you focus on the past? Because we didn't touch on that.
A few years ago, when I was like self-conscious Camden,
Mm-hmm.
I'd kind of grown out of that shell, but originally, I think I definitely was a little bit more, I don't know, easily swayed by what happened in my past, I suppose. Now I'm like, it's whatever. But in the past, I would always be like questioning my decisions in the past. But now I know I can't change that. No one can. I mean, I always have to just focus on the here and now and the future. I'm definitely more of a thinker of the future.
Okay.
Definitely more of like a type of person who wants to see a future for many different things in many different ways. But yeah,
Nice.
not the present. Not anymore. No.
Okay.
I did. The reason I know that, the reason I can say it confidently, is because I did have a little bit of a problem with like being not confident enough because of like always questioning what happened in the past. It happened to me in the past that was serious, but just questioning everything.
Just kind of trying to figure out how you got to where you were and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, but I'm proud of it.
Yeah, I think I need to grow out of that. Do you have a nickname, and what's the story behind it?
I mean, okay, well, I have a bunch of different nicknames, I guess, between many friend groups. I have a good friend. You should hit her up. Her name is Tiffany. Her real name is Tiffany. Her real name isn't Tiffany, but I call her Tiffany because it's the funniest thing, and she looks like a Tiffany. Her real name is Molly.
Mm-hmm.
She's awesome, amazing.
We'll have her on the show in a couple of days or weeks or whenever she's free.
Yeah, come on. have me do like a surprise entrance into the Zoom call and be like, "Hey, Tiffany."
Hey, totally.
Her name is- so she's cool, and so she started calling me Karen, and I called her after I called her Tiffany. So, yeah, just like the stereotypical name of like a stereotypical like secretary or like really blonde jeweler, like entitled jeweler, Tiffany.
Okay.
I'm not stereotypical. Like it's all in joking fun. Like no offense to anyone named Tiffany or Karen, even though you've already had your fair share of backlash if you are named Karen. I still will, as long as I'm around. But I don't know. So Karen is one. Mr. Peanut.
Because of your allergy?
Like, okay, my allergy wasn't really a factor, but like.
Oh, okay.
I would always like be so thrilled to be in a suit whenever I had a debate tournament. Because I love like being able to dress up, being able to pull out my fancy silver on gold watch.
Dude, I'm gonna have to take you out for a photo shoot now, just to let you get dressed up.
Yeah, or like proms or like homecomings. I'm always like, those are always really fun. Like,
nice.
One, because the main reason is because I have friends to do them. I'm sorry, loners. You got nothing on this guy, but no, or you could join us. I mean, it's whatever, but all the loners out there.
All loners, come be.
Sorry. But yeah, that's probably how I view that.
Alright. Do you believe in other dimensions and parallel universes? This is my favorite question.
Theoretically, there should always be more dimensions than what we are able to see. As three-dimensional creatures, we can only see everything in 2 dimensions. That's fact, right? We are 3-dimensional creatures. We are 3D. We have multiple sides. We're not just on 2 planes. We are on 3, but there are probably more dimensions, and beings of 4 dimensions or things that can see 4 dimensions probably see things in 3D. That's what law would say. It's like what any mathematician would say. It's what any theoretical physicist would say. As for parallel universes, I am a strong believer that anything's possible. So if wormhole theory is a thing, or if like parallel universes are like butterfly effect on mass level, where like for people who don't know, like every decision that you make is like presented as like a crossroad, or string theory. Sorry.
Yes.
Easier way to explain it. String theory. Every decision you make, there's like an infinite amount of directions or answers you can go, and therefore there is an infinite amount of strings.
That one's my favorite. I didn't know if you would. I was gonna mention that, but I didn't know you knew about that.
Oh yeah, no, I read tons of science books. Okay. That's like my main genre of book that I'm into right now.
Nice. Should read Nikola Tesla.
I love about space theory.
That's good.
Philosophy in space.
Yes.
Love it all.
You ever heard of white holes?
White holes?
Yes.
Yes, I have. Yes. Yeah.
I started getting very much into that.
Theoretically, they push space out, right? Yeah.
I want to find one. I want to find.
That is interesting to me. I'm glad you know about that too.
Yeah, I was like, cause like I follow like NASA and stuff, and then like whenever I watch things, I'm always watching documentaries, so I know like the weirdest stuff, and everybody tells me that. But
yeah, like, if you'll excuse me for a sec, like.
That's alright.
I have just right beside me. I have stuff just on my desk. Like
nice.
These are from my desk. I got Stephen Hawking. I got Order of Time. I have another book around here somewhere. I'm also subscribed to Scientific American.
Nice.
So, like, it's the leading newspaper. Everything science.
Yeah. I can tell you, I'm not mathematically inclined, but I will learn anything I can about space, which I have an assumption. obsession of. I can
That's
talk
good. I'm
again.
glad. I'm glad you're pursuing it.
Yeah.
Like, even though you might not be a theoretical physicist, you can still, like,
Don't plan on it. I'll just write about how I could possibly be a
you
theoretical
can possibly
physicist.
be. Hey,
Yeah.
dreamer.
Hey. We need the dreamers and the doers in the world.
Yep, that's true. That's right.
What's something you dream of doing but haven't accomplished yet?
Hmm. Uh, this will probably ask a question that you'll ask later on, or this will probably answer a question you'll ask later on.
Okay.
Uh, the thing that got me into parkour was
Okay.
probably something that I discovered when I was like 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
No. I had started a fourth grade at this point because I remember it was like halfway through my first year of elementary school. I discovered American Ninja Warrior.
Oh my gosh, I
And
love that
the
show.
coolest thing ever. Like, this is back when I respected it. Um, it was like the biggest thing
Mm-hmm.
television had ever seen. Because no one was able to beat like the show. No one was
Mm-hmm.
able to claim the $1 million prize. No one was able to do the impossible at that time. Now, since then,
Mm-hmm.
there are people who've been able to beat it, win $1 million, and after that, they like went down to $500,000
Yeah.
uh, because it's too much money. They didn't think anyone would win. But that's kind of what got me into it. Like the mindset that there are these people doing these amazing like flips and tricks and just being able to move through obstacle courses.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing for me. I didn't know what parkour was, but like being able to move through obstacle courses like that was the best thing ever. So I dream of like doing something like that, or a parkour competition, or an obstacle course like competition, uh, on the scale of American Ninja Warrior. If
Okay.
American Ninja Warrior isn't around when I get to that point.
You're gonna have an obstacle course in your backyard when you have your own house, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah. Fully plan on building one for me, my wife, and my kids.
Nice. You'll have to do a YouTube video on it. I mean, after this
No,
YouTube video, you're gonna
oh
have to
no.
start a YouTube channel. I mean,
I
obviously.
plan on sometime soon. I also, this isn't really a dream, but I do want to start streaming
Okay.
just stuff. Like there are plenty of things I can think of that I could just do. Like I could do prank calls. I could do huge arguments with scammers that I find. Just
What?
like blow them out of the water with like political science stuff. Uh, I could like call up the senator's office and just start.
If you could write a law that everyone had to follow, what would it be?
Hmm, I had to write a law. It gave me supreme power over everyone and everything.
All right, you're an ENTJ. Just made the decision. It will take over
Nah,
the world. Thing.
no, realistically, a law. Hmm, I really don't know.
Okay.
It would have to be a quality of life thing, but not serious enough that it's like big, because anything big gets ridiculed. I want it to be like a quality of life thing that everyone can enjoy.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't have experience in writing bills for Congress, so I really don't know.
Okay. You got a general idea, which is good.
Yeah,
And I think you got the people in mind for
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. What do you really like about yourself?
Hmm. I like everything. I'm proud of myself, proud of my achievements, proud of my mentality, uh, physique.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing about myself that I'm not proud of necessarily.
Okay.
Uh, there's nothing I really regret. And I think it's a really healthy mindset to have because you can go into everything fresh and just healthy. Um, I think what I like about myself probably the most actually is probably I'm just healthy, mentally and physically.
Okay.
Like I've like I'm fine with like people drinking soda, that's completely fine. But I personally have not drank soda for ever since I think I started doing cross country my 8th grade season.
Wow.
And the second season is cross country, so for like 4 years now, four-ish years.
Wow. I wouldn't have been
really
able to do that.
haven't
I need
drank
caffeine.
soda. Yeah, like I still like stuff with caffeine in it,
Mm-hmm.
but no, not really soda. Like a full can of like Dr. Pepper
Appeal to you?
doesn't really appeal to me. I've gone without soda. Now, there was one time I think last year that I tried to have like a Dr. Pepper or something
Mm-hmm.
or a Coke, and it just did not feel well. It did not feel good at all.
Oh.
Yeah, it, yeah. But yeah,
I like that answer.
and also mental as well. But, like physical, I also exercise, and mental, I have dark thoughts. I'm sure I think everyone does, but like generally clean slate. I'm open to everything. So.
Okay.
Except cannibalism. Open to everything except cannibalism.
Thank you. I was like,
ladies out there, I'm open to everything, including relationships. However, maybe not cannibalism.
not cannibalism.
It's something looking back, I kind of try to avoid it now. I had a bad habit in the past. I go to meetings now to stop addiction, but no cannibalism.
Okay.
God.
How would you take over the tri-state area?
How would I take over the trans area? Well, first I would master the Doofenshmirtz laugh.
All right. All right. Thought somebody got that.
An enemy platypus, and then I would probably just win everyone over with charisma. I wouldn't do anything evil. Like I wouldn't poison the water hole. And then like threaten everyone unless they put me in office. Like I would win everyone over with charisma and just naturally rise up in ranks of power.
Okay.
Take over the trust area with that. Yeah.
Nice.
And after that, the state, country, the world.
The world. Ian GJ. I know I'm stuck on that, but I just
It's quite possible. It's quite possible.
It's quite possible. Would
It's
you?
easy to see, but... Yeah, go on. Sorry.
It's okay. Would you ever want to see yourself through someone else's eyes?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely open to that. I think that's something that I'm always willing to learn from people. So that's why I'm always like very open to criticism. Anything that comes from the heart and isn't just meant to belittle me or belittle people around me. I'm completely open to that. Anything that I can improve on for the sake of others or for the sake of myself. If something seems unhealthy to other people, then yeah, definitely.
Do you think if you saw yourself through someone else's eyes that you would recognize yourself either personality-wise or even how you look? Do you think you would recognize yourself, or do you think you would kind of be shocked to what you see?
Would I recognize myself or be shocked to what I see? I think I would recognize myself pretty easily.
Yeah.
I don't think I would really necessarily be shocked. I'm not really shocked by anything anymore. That might be maybe my heart is like numb to all like shock, but which could be a bad thing. But also I think I'm fine. I don't really get surprised by much, and I probably wouldn't. I probably would be able to tell, like, or be able to correctly analyze. Like, yeah, that's Camden. That's how I would act, probably.
Okay. I think that's a good way. I think that says that you know yourself a lot more than you think you do, though.
Quite possible.
Quite possible.
Anything's possible.
Okay.
But...
Alright. And this is the last question. And then we should probably stop the videos and then make a part 2, because we're already at 1 hour and almost 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think you're giving the viewers a lot of content. You can split this up in more than 2 parts, you know?
I know. I believe me, I'm planning to, because otherwise I'm going to be banging my head on the window trying to edit this whole...
Give Cam all of the part.
What makes you feel most alive?
More screen time. I'm just kidding. No,
Totally.
time on. No. What makes me feel alive? Well, it depends on how badly you would get demonetized for saying these things. That's a joke. I know you're not demonetized.
We keep this family friendly, Camden.
Joke, you're not
Okay.
getting demonetized and probably anytime soon. If you are, then like good for you. But things that make me happy, I don't know. The good stuff, baby. I don't know. What was it?
What makes you feel most alive?
Food, sports, and women. The American way. That's also a lie. I'm not a big sports guy, even though I compete in sports a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me feel alive. Being social.
Okay. So being able to connect with people, being able to kind of make an impact on people, I guess.
Not necessarily that, but just being able to interact with people.
Interesting.
Makes me feel alive. Yeah. I'm an extrovert, so obviously.
Obviously, why did I think you were an introvert?
Oh, yeah, I wonder why.
Don't know. Maybe I was projecting myself. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
God.
Hoping that I wasn't the only introvert in the world, but apparently I am, so I'm
We're
kidding.
both old, it's fine.
Well, we're gonna make a part 2, guys. I'm